we're now going to show you how to put your staircase together. So I've got all of the dies here. So this is one that again was part of the anniversary celebrations, but unfortunately we never actually got time to show you this on the shows because they were just so busy. But this is your staircase, and what I love about this is we can make our three-dimensional card, or we can just use elements to decorate an existing card. So I'll show you first how to make the card base. So we take this larger die, and you could be mistaken for thinking this is almost like the die to hold all of those other bits in place, but it's not. It's going to cut you your card base. So there we have our card base die. I'm going to pop a piece of card over the top, and I'm going to run it through. And then while that's running through, I'll show you the charisma. So this is the charisma that comes with this die set. Now this is just available on the Tattered Lace and the Create and Craft website as a free download. You're going to get this, and all of these extra dies, oops, I'll show you, all of these match on here. Now the only die you don't have charisma for is your window, and you just cut that out of plain cardstock. You don't actually need charisma for that piece. So there we go. There we go, and let me show you the card base. So if you do want to make a three-dimensional staircase card, you need this. So if I bring that there, hopefully you can see that. Can you see? It's cut the rectangle, but it's cut 2 score lines in as well. So if I show you that, all I need to do now is fold it on those score lines. See if I can see my bone folder. Oh, there we go. Wasn't sure that I had it because I'd had it out for something completely different, using it around the house. We use our tools all over. Now I want to go the other way actually, because I want those rounded corners at the front. There we go. And that is my card shape. Can you see it's made a Z fold card? But let me show you, everything is going to fit perfectly. Now what I've done is I've cut the charisma out. You've seen me cut charisma 1,000 times, so I'll show you what we've cut out here. If I can pick everything up. There we go. So I have got my front door. Now this is the stair treads. Now they cut as individual pieces, so you can see each one is individual, but what I've done is I've just almost taped them together with a piece of red liner tape. I've also got the stair front, and then I've also got all of the little pictures. I've cut the window out. Now what you can see I've also done is I put some acetate in there, and I've also got the curtains as well. Can you see? There we go. We've got the little pet bed, we've got the table. Oops. Now can you see straight away, you can see how you could create a 2-dimensional scene using these, couldn't you? Straight away you can see, look, if you wanted to create a scene. You don't have to do this 3-dimensional if you don't want. So all I've done, let's move those out of the way for a minute and just finish off the card base. So all I've got here is I've just cut out of the burgundy, I've just cut a square that's going to fit in there. So I just cut these with my paper trimmer. You don't need a die to cut these, because you don't actually need to decorate the backs of your card if you don't want to. I saw quite a few on the show that weren't trimmed out, didn't have patterned papers on. We've just kept them neutral with really neutral colours. Let me make sure. Then I've just gone for a nice, fairly neutral backing paper that's going to look a little bit wallpaper-esque. And then these should fit on either of those panels. Now it's important to decorate this one if you are decorating, because this is the one where your stairs are going to be attached. And then we can pop that up, making sure my writing's still the right way up. There we go. And then finally the last panel is going across there. Just making sure top and bottom everything lines up. And then we go there. Now, I just showed you, I've cut the curtains and the window out of the same card that I cut that matte back layer out. Now, if you put that onto there, looks lovely, but I think we could do better. So all I've done is I've used the outside die, because if I show you here, the window came in two pieces. You get like almost like the mullions on the outside, and then you get the window panes as well. So all I've done is I've cut that bit, used that bit to cut almost like some tree branches from outside. So when I put that over there, it looks like can you see? You're looking out of the window at a tree outside the window. Now I've also got my front door, which I'm going to put over here in a minute. But again, I can trim it so that it opens. But at the moment, it's opening up onto wallpaper, which is a bit strange. So using that same paper, you can see it's the same paper that we've got there. I've just cut a little bit of a scene so that when you look out through the window, you see the same tree. And if you open the door, you've got that beautiful vista out of there. So those are going to go perfectly, but I think the bit you want to know is how do we put the stairs together. So I've cut this out of the charisma and I've put my tape down there. Now what I've also done is I put a little strip of the same backing paper as I put on there because I want it to match perfectly. So let's bring the treads in and the staircase. So I need my scissors. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to just cut through this because these aren't together. It's only the tape that's holding them. I just find it easier to put one piece on and cut down like that rather than cutting lots of little pieces of tape. So if I cut those, oh, I've just held those together with a piece of tape just to get them into place. Let me see if I can get that piece of tape off. There you go. That's just a piece of my tape. I was just holding them in place. There we go. That's better. I was wondering why they weren't separating. I'd forgotten I'd put that piece on just to hold them there. And then just found it easier putting that tape on before I put the red liner on because everything was in right place. There we go. There. So there are my stairs. So all you need to do, fold them around on the treads, and then we're going to take that one. See if I can show you that side. Can you see? We can then just put the stair tread. I'm going to put it just there. Then with the next one, and that's going to go, bend that down, that's going to go just there. Sorry, stop talking then because we're concentrating. Turn the tread down, and then the next one is going just there. Can you see straight away? So those are going to be our treads on our stairs in a minute. So this is going to be properly 3D, three-dimensional staircase. And the next one, it's not complicated at all. It just takes a minute or two just to stick everything together. But the great thing is once, oh, that is really not straight. It's going to look like a haunted house. So I'll get my head out the way in a minute. That's better. Let me do it that way round. Make sure all the treads are straight. There we go. Well, that'd be an easier way to do it, and then you can see what I'm doing. Turn the tread down and pop it in. There we go. That does make it easier to show you what I'm doing. And then the final one's going just there. So now I've got all 6 of my treads on. So what I need to do is then position it onto my card base. So what I need to know is that when this is in the folded position, just like that, it's going to be the perfect distance away from the other wall. So that's got to go on there, and those have got to go on to there. So it's just a case of getting it in the right place. So that's a little bit tight there. So let's take this off first, then we can do the treads in a minute. You might find an easier way of putting this together. Now, we don't want the stairs to float in the sky. So I'm going to pop these, just bear with me. This might not, I'll try and keep it so that you can see it on camera. So I've got my staircase there, and I want it to not to float in the sky. Can you see? There we go. So that's going to go there, and my treads. Oh, perfect. There we go. Got that straight. Now, can you see the advantage of putting that little bit of matching paper on there is it blends in? And then all we do is take these final pieces out, and I'm going to just take these all off as we go. Come on. There we are. Just taking that last little bit off of red liner tape off there. There we go. There. So then, might be easier to do it that way now. No, it won't, because it's going to catch. So I'm going to do it that way and pop those. So I need to make sure my stairs are square. There we are. 1 and 2. You see, it really isn't complicated. It's just a case of making sure everything is put in the right place. And I've nearly broken that stair, so let's mend that one. Just going there. How easy. Can you see the stairs coming together? So if I turn that round now, let's get rid of those pieces of red liner tape. Oh, there we go. Now, how about that? But then the great thing is it'll still, once you've put that down like that, it'll then still fold flat for postage. So there we go. Oops, let me just pop that on there. How about I just pop that one off with the red liner tape. There we go, there we go. So now is a case of decorating it. There we go. Just make sure, just going to press underneath for each of those. So let's just do the door. So I'm going to do it this way around to make sure I've got everything in the right place. And that one is going to go like that. Oops. And that one, there we go. So I've released this door so that it opens. It won't open until you release a couple of the pips. So I need that to come down to the bottom. There we go. And that piece is going to go round to that side. And then we can put glue on the back. It's up to you where you put the door. The door could come down here, but I'm going to pop it here. Again, I'm going to do it so that it doesn't float in midair. Put that onto there. So we then want the window. I'm going to do the same with the window. I'm going to put the scene on, stick the window frame to the scene. And again, you see I put the acetate behind that little bit of the door as well. And that's going to go just there with a little bit of glue. We can put the window just there. And then it's about decorating it however you wish. So I've got some pictures, and again I put the pictures on a little bit of foam tape because I thought pictures wouldn't sit flat to the wall. Sometimes my pictures are flat to the wall if I use like my command strip type things, but often if they're on with a hook, you know, a hook and string, they stand away. So let's just go, how about we're going to have our table down here. Isn't this fun? Such good fun. But remember, all of these could be used individually if you wanted to. Let's put wet glue gel behind that so that it stands up on the table. There we go, make sure it's on the table. I think we need the pet bed. Is it a cat? Is it a dog? It's up to you. Definitely a dog in our house, but maybe you're a cat lover, so you can put cat in. Oh, one bit I've forgotten is I've not put my curtains on. So I'm going to pop those on with a little bit of glue gel. Pop those up there. One, where's the other one gone? There it is. I knew I'd seen it. We've even given you extra bits. You've got extra pictures if you really want to decorate up. You've also got a vase if you wanted to, but I've used the potted plant. There we go. How about like that? And then it'll still concertina down, but otherwise it's looking perfect for your 3D card. Isn't that brilliant?